Power reveals the character of the person who wields it. If a person with integrity has power, the benefits are boundless. But if somebody who is selfish ever gets power, then it can wreak havoc and devastation on all kinds of people's lives across the board. Hi, my name is James, and this is my take on reality. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Kim from 90 Day Fiance, and specifically about her revealing who she is and what kind of person she is and what kind of character she has in this last episode. Let's get it.
So I'm going to propose to him on this trip.
What does that mean, though? Like, are you moving to Africa?
No, I would do the K1 with them and bring him here.
Last time we talked, like, you mentioned it, that he does want kids, so have you guys talked about a second wife?
Obviously, I can't have children. So he would have a second wife that he would have children with. I know it sounds crazy, but like women there, they're like brought up to do this. You know what I mean? I'm the first wife, right? Mm-hmm. You know, like I get all the love, I get all the good stuff. I get to travel. I still get to do me. Like I still do get to be Kim. I would just be married to him, right?
If he gets that K1, does he get to bring those kids over with him?
Why not?
They're not going to come live with
But
me.
why wouldn't he want
Why
those?
wouldn't he
my
want
son.
his kids here?
Because that's just not how it is there. Like I've read the Islamic law.
Who are you? Like, what? Like, I think you're moving too fast.
I know you're entitled to your opinion, just like you're entitled to yours. You know what I mean?
Appreciate
but I'm
that.
entitled to live my life too.
Now, if you listen to what she said, there's a hint of that good old-fashioned American arrogance and entitlement. She talks about the culture. Over in that culture, they have girls who are basically raised to have children for people who can't have babies. That's just how they are. And it doesn't really affect me because I'm here in America. Well, guess what, dummy? You're here in a first world country. We have that too. You know what they call it? They call it a surrogate. If you can't have a baby or can't carry a child, what you do is you hire a surrogate or you get somebody to carry that baby for you. Then you and your husband get to adopt that child. It happens all the time. But Kim is so brainwashed that she's willing to allow Usman to get a second wife so that he can have a child, and that way it'll fulfill that one requirement that he had to get married, and she can get what she wants. But it's folly from the beginning because he is not attracted to you. So any woman that he picks to marry is actually going to be his wife. The next thing that really bothered me was when she said the first wife gets all the benefits. You know, I get all the love, I get all the attention, I get all the special stuff, and she just has his kids. Like, that's a small thing. Having somebody's children is not a small deal. That's a huge deal for you to carry somebody's child. Especially according to their culture, the child is the most important part of the relationship. That's the whole reason why you get married. That's part of the reason why when she gets there, that's going to be one of the major discussions about his elders or the people who are over him giving him permission to marry her in the first place. She has to be willing to either give him a child or she has to be willing to let him go out and find a woman who's going to give him a child so that he can continue the bloodline. It's that important. The next thing that bothered me was everybody always on these shows keeps throwing culture around when they have bad behavior. Everything that you do that's stupid is not because it's their culture. It's just stupid. It's stupid there, it's stupid here. If you're a person who believes in polygamy, then you getting into a polygamous marriage or relationship is stupid. If you believe that you get jealous because he wrote a song about another woman who he broke up with and is no longer with, and you're jealous about that song, how the hell are you going to marry somebody who's going to bring in another wife? Are you nuts? The next big red flag for me, and I always say this, if a man is in a situation where he has children, you take a look to see how he cares for those children so that it gives you a foreshadowing of how he's going to take care of you and how he's going to take care of his responsibility and his duty to you. If he has kids and he doesn't see his kids and he's never around for his kids and he's not a part of their lives, and you find out that this is all occurring because of his choice, not because his ex-wife or his baby mama is keeping their kids from him, which sometimes is, it becomes frustrating and it is a thing. But there are a lot of times when it's not really that the mother is keeping the child away from him as much as he's not putting his best foot forward to try to be a part of the child's life because they haven't risen to that level of importance. If you pick a man who going into a relationship, according to Kim, is saying that he just wants to create children and start populating the planet or this small town with these kids, and he intentionally plans on making children that he's going to have nothing to do with, then you as a woman should decide that what kind of man is he, and why would I want to tie my wagon to a man who has such low integrity? Why would I want to make a man who has no character, no desire to help to finish raising that child? Why would I want to bring that man into my home and make him a part of my situation? If he can't live up to the natural commitment of having a child and being responsible for that child, then he definitely can't live up to the willful commitment of marrying and being with you and staying faithful to you as a woman. Make better choices. For Kim, I'm looking directly at her. What kind of woman is okay with this? You yourself raised a child alone. Why would you think that it's okay for you to have a guy who is going to put a child with another woman and basically doom that woman to the same existence you muddled through and struggled through when you had your child? What kind of person does that? You're a person who has extremely low self-esteem, extremely low character, and extremely low moral compass. If you think it's okay for you to get your entitlement because don't you deserve to be happy? No. Not at somebody else's expense. And that's exactly what that is. You're going to have him have a child, and then you're going to leave that child in Africa, in Nigeria, so that you can enjoy your life with Usman because you want to be happy? You're going to doom that child because, hey, I'm going to give him what he wants, and I'm going to have him have a child and never see it, and I'm going to be okay with that. And if you think that he's okay with that, what kind of person are you? And that brings me to my final point. There was a time when I would use people like Kim as an example and say, oh, this is what you got to look out for. Usman is definitely using her to try to get to America, and she's got to be smart about the decisions she makes and how she's going to get with him. But the truth of the matter is, Kim deserves everything that she's going to get from him. She deserves every little bit of displeasure and uncomfortableness because she's a hypocrite, and she deserves it. Kim has sown this putrid seed of distrust, low character, low morality, and privilege, entitlement, and just plain hypocrisy. And she is going to reap what she sows. She's going to get every little bit of this back, and I'm here for it. Because when you decided that your happiness is more important than a child that's not even here yet, you're a horrible person. My name is James. This is my take on reality, and I'm out. 'Cause I've been living life right like I